I'm exposing the truth, guys. I'm exposing XRP's bottom price. No one else will tell you though. No one else will say it out loud. But I will. In today's video, I'm going to give you my thoughts on what specific price points XRP will bottom out, and this is a glitch, kind of, right? But it's not guaranteed, obviously, though. Just to make sure this isn't financial advice. Now, before I talk about my opinions, I do want to bring forth Standard Chartered is back to making super bullish crypto related predictions. They say that XRP will hit $5.50 by end of year, and well, that's actually insane. Wait, end of year? What? Guys, the people who are supposedly in the know are saying XRP's multiplying this year, right, to like $5. That's very interesting. And they bring this price prediction when everyone is super bearish. Something doesn't seem right, does it? Right? Someone's going to be on the sidelines waiting and waiting and waiting. Who is it going to be? The bears or the bulls? Now, by end of year, $5.50 and $12.50 in 3 years. Currently, it's under $2. Nature is healing, guys. Right? So XRP could rise to $13 before President Trump leaves office. I think a lot higher, but obviously these people are all conservative. Now, investment bank Standard Chartered said in a report on Tuesday initiating coverage of Ripple-related token. Okay, so they're talking about $5.50 this year, $8 next year, $10 end of 2027, $12.50 by end of 2028. At the time of writing, XRP is around $2. So you guys already know my price predictions, a lot higher, I believe, in the future. But for now, let's talk about right now what price points XRP will bottom out. Now, I don't really want to talk about this, guys. I didn't really want to talk about it, but let me give you my thoughts, okay? So first things first, XRP has been going down, most definitely. Now, so I've been seeing some people talk about that this is the bottom, right? Because we bounced, but I don't think so, guys. I think there's going to be one more dump, minimum, right? Minimum, and then we'll see if it's the bottom. Where I think XRP will head to is right here, under this moving average. So, right, I have an alert set for when XRP will hit $1.56, guys, because that's where this line is. But then I'm pretty sure it will wick below, okay? XRP's price will wick below this line, but then the candle body will close above wherever this line is at that point in time when it does happen. Okay, so if it wicks, the candle body will close above it, guys. Right, and it'll hold, and it'll I could almost guarantee that's going to hold this line. 99% sure it's going to hold this line as support. Okay, and when it does, it's going to shoot off. Right, so when XRP does finally shoot, right, it pump enormously from this region, this could be the bottom. Okay, now if XRP supposedly comes back down, right, later in time, and breaks this support line. The next region of support, I believe, will be coming down here. So the next region will be at right here. The bottom will be at $1. Okay. So we have two options right now. XRP will guaranteed hold. Guys, you could blindly bid $1.50 and it's going to hold. But that's not financial advice. Please do not listen to me. Please do not. But I have confidence. Okay. $1.50 is the first bottom. And if it does hold that line, it's going to be the actual bottom, guys. But if it doesn't, the second point will be at $1. Okay, $1 will be it. So that's just my opinion. But who is the first person to say that we're going to go down? Right. This was from a month ago. Bitcoin's bottom 60K, XRP bottom is at 86 cents or near $1. Right. So that's just my opinion, guys. We'll see what happens later on. Now, what's funny about this is that there are actually some analysts talking about what I thought of as well, guys, right? And it confirmed my idea because I seen this later on. I was trying to figure out where XRP will bottom out, right? So bottom one is at right here, okay, $1.50. No, not $1. Yeah, $1.50-ish. Bottom two is at $1, guys. Okay, so either it has to hold this line. If it does, that's the bottom. Right, $1.50. So we're going to see and look at it every day to see what's really going on with the price action, right? But again, nobody also say this except maybe a few. But a lot of people are probably going to call $1.50 at the bottom. So what if we do pump and come back lower, right? For some bullish divergences. We'll see though. We'll get to that point at a later date when the time is right. For now, let's watch $1.50. So from Credible Crypto, he says, starting with XRP, we finally got the move below range lows that I've been waiting for over a month. At this point, my eyes are on local supply that preceded our breakdown below the range lows and our high time frame demand zone in green. Ideally, we bracket or range here for a bit to form a base before a full on reversal, right? So he's thinking again, $1.50 guys around that region will be the bottom, right? And then he says we want to form a range here, right? So maybe for a few months, then that's the bottom, right? So again, that looks really good, guys. I actually like this chart a lot, right? But again, if we hold this level, yes, that's the bottom. If we don't, we're going to $1, right? We're going to $1, and that's probably the bottom. Now, XRP broke through its 200-day moving average overnight as Monday is still set to be violent in all markets, right? So, however, I still see hope in an otherwise murky and uncertain environment that is in capitulation now. That we are in the shorts closing phase. It will still have to go lower to go. Quotes, well, it would still have lower to go, but the ABC correction would be near, right? And he's betting around $1.40, $1.50 is the bottom, guys. Which is going to be right here, right? The same thing that lines up with our moving averages, right? It's following this Bitcoin fractal on the 4-hourly charts. And what happened with Bitcoin? Came down, held support, immediately bounced hard, right? You guys can see how for Credible Crypto, he wants XRP to form a base, right? A range. But on this chart, this fractal says no go, right? We just blast through the roof when it touches this point. So people don't get in. Right, and then guess where it forms a range? At this high, at the previous all-time high, right? So people are left out from this area. So it's going to happen quick, guys. When it does, I could guarantee though, $1.50 will hold for a bounce, right? I could almost guarantee it will. So you could probably now, if I do have sidelines waiting to be injected, that's where I'll buy, guys. I don't, but I'm talking about to anybody who has. Some of you guys may, in case you guys did take profits from up there. I'll probably buy around $1.50, right? Then wait for a bounce. Then you could try to cash out a little bit if you do think that's going to go lower, or just hold, right? And put your stop loss or put and get out of the markets at break even in case if it does come back down there, right? So yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear, guys. We're near a bottom. The reason why as well, from XRP dominance, strikingly resembles 2014. Okay, so basically, okay, so this is XRP dominance on the 3-day, guys. Okay, 3-day chart. XRP's dominance 2014 was like this. Okay, it pumped, had an upward consolidation phase, then pumped again. It pumped. It's right now having an upward consolidation, right? A lot of buyers, I guess, are stepping in from the whales, right? Average Joe isn't making price action, but the whales are. So this is whales, guys, activity. They're buying XRP here, having this type of, oh yeah, this on the dominance, this isn't price, right? This is for dominance, so right now it's holding up. If it could hold $1.50 again, it matches up with this chart, right? Because then it just explodes, and XRP will go to double digits in the next months, right? Again, I don't know, guys, but things are looking beautiful, honestly. No alt season in sight. Look at that. XRP has held so strong when Bitcoin dominance keeps raging on. How is this possible? Oh God, XRP is literally the strongest coin out there. It truly is. Or at least the strongest altcoin, because Bitcoin dominance is literally on a tear towards the upside, right? And when this is going up, it means money is flowing out of every altcoin, out of every S coin into Bitcoin. For XRP though, XRP has been rising with it, right, to a strong degree. So imagine when Bitcoin dominance falls one day, I don't know when, XRP is going to $100. That quick and that fast. Talking about dominance or alt season, guys, despite the high time frame bearish divergences on XRP versus Ethereum chart, okay, the pairing on the USD continues to hold up very well. Look at that, even on the XRP versus ETH chart, it's actually holding up insanely well, even though there were divergences, bearish ones at that, like this, okay? And the momentum was probably going down like that. So it means XRP is so strong, guys. It's now even more stronger than what he's realizing, right? If we could hold around these levels instead of going down there, right? And I'm guessing we're going to hold around these levels because going down here is just diabolical. That's going to be a nasty drop or a nasty rise for Ethereum, and XRP stays stable, right? So I'm guessing we hold these levels. Now, the beautiful part about everything is that XRP ETF's buys are open on Charles Schwab, right? So right now, the ETFs for XRP are going live and about, guys. Money is flooding in, right? Breaking 21 shares XRP ETF is live in Fidelity. Log into your Fidelity account and see for yourself. It's live, guys. It's go time. The major institutions are jumping in. The people who have money, who are with these asset managers and institutions and all these people, guys, they're going to be buying XRP, right? So things are looking splendid. Just bought a bunch from Chad. XRP is currently trading at $23. Remember, this is leveraged at ETF, so the upside is 2x as well as a downside, right? So some people are buying this 2x long daily XRP ETF, which means at minus 50%, it's going to get liquidated, guys, right? So you want to be very careful. But this is a 2x long, so if you do long from here about, it's just going to be double the rewards, right? And all these ETFs are going live, especially with leverage. That's insanity. I never really thought this would happen with leverage as well. That's crazy. So I don't know, guys, but things are looking amazing. Now, just to throw this in as well, the SEC has just filed an opposition to the emergency request to present decisive evidence in favor of Ripple we saw filed last week by one Justin W. Keener. The SEC opposes the motion because they say that the district court lacks jurisdiction over the request, as the case had already been moved to the Second Circuit. Interesting. And it's unnecessary because, as the SEC lawyer points out, Ripple is competent enough to decide on its own to whether the evidence in question could help its case. Interesting. So yeah, guys, I don't know if Ripple needs anybody from the outside help, right? Because we're at the end of the tail end of the case. So yeah, just interesting, guys. I do believe we're at the end of everything, though. Now, for the HFS, let's see what happens with XRP. And there we go. But anyways, that's what face is. See ya.